All right, what's up, guys? So for today's video, I couldn't really think of anything crazy important, so I'm just going to talk about types of orders that you can make um, in the market, and a couple other things, but mainly the types of orders you can do when you're buying and selling. I'm going to be talking about them on both Robinhood and Webull because I know a lot of people use Webull as well. Um, but yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. So obviously on mobile, it's going to be a little different. This is on my computer. But if you're gonna, let's say you want to buy at the S&P 500 index, so you come over here and you can see there's 6 different types of orders. Um, so what you do is let's talk about the first one. We'll talk about market order, and market order is probably the simplest order that you can make. Um, so we're going to come over here, and to understand market orders, you need to understand what spreads are. So right here, you can see this is a spread. We call it a level 2 order book, and this is actually showing you the amount of people the what people are buying and selling the stock for. Okay, so up here you have the asks, and you can see here somebody's asking for to sell. Somebody's trying to sell 200 at this price. Somebody's trying to sell 500 at this price. Somebody's trying to sell 200 at this price. That's what the asks are. And then over here you have the bids, and somebody's trying to buy 500 at this price, 700 at this price, 200 at this price. And so what a market order will do is it will buy you the shares of the company for the um, highest bid. So you let's say you put in a market order for a couple shares of this, it would fill it at 380.45. I don't know if I said lowest bid, highest bid, or lowest bid, or lowest ask, highest ask. Sorry, but it would be the lowest ask. That is what you would get filled at. So that's what a market order is. And sometimes you can get screwed over with market orders, especially with the lower volume um, stocks. I'm trying to think of one. Um, we can look at EBK. I think EBK is low volume. Um, no. So here's actually a low volume stock, and you can see here that the order book is just really wacky. Like you would get, if you were to buy some right now after hours, you'd get filled at 5.48, and it's trading at 5.38. So that's already a loss. So you just have to be careful with market orders. Just make sure that either with market orders you're trading a high liquidity stock, so a stock with high volume, or you're just being really careful with them. You buy one share at a time just to test the waters and see. The best way to do this with low volume stocks is a limit order. So you can come back here and click on limit order. So what a limit order does is it allows you to buy. It doesn't allow you to buy, but it puts in an order at a certain price. So if let's say I wanted to buy LTEC at, I don't know, 5.2. And I hope it gets to 5.2. I would hope it gets to 5.2. So I would put in a limit order for 5.20, and I would put in, I don't know, 100 shares. Or 100 shares, sorry. And good for a day, obviously. Or you could do good till cancel. Good till for a day is until market close. Good till canceled is 90 days. You can do for whatever you want. And you allow it to execute during extended hours. You can, or you don't have to click that, but you can if you want to. But then this would mean that if ELTK got to 5.2, it would automatically buy 100 shares for me. And this can be good. It's obviously, you can miss out on profits. Let's say like it gets to 5.25 and then it goes all the way up. You'd miss out on those 5 cents. So it's a little situation. It's a little situational, but it's definitely much better for these low liquidity stocks. Um, so we're going to talk about a stop loss order. So stop loss order is also very important. Um, So what a stop loss is it's kind of like the opposite of a limit order. So let's say I had 100 shares of this. Um, you could put in a stop, and let's say you were up 5%. You could put in a stop for 5.2, and if the stock dropped to 5.2, then your shares would sell automatically. So it's instead of a limit order when you're buying shares, a stop order is when you would sell the shares. So that's that. Um, and then a trailing stop order um, is probably the most useful. I should be using this a lot more, to be honest with you. But this lets you actually put in the type of either percentage or amount. Percentage is the best, and it lets it trail. So let's say I wanted to put in a 5% stop. As long as this kept moving up, the trail would move up, right? So it would trail the price, so it could move up with it. So let's say it moves up to 6, then the trailing stop loss would move up with it. I don't know what it would be, but it would move up with the stock. So you would just keep, securing those, making sure you're securing those gains. And because with a regular stop loss, you would have to keep moving it up manually. But with a trailing stop loss, it moves it up for you, which is very nice. I should definitely be using these a lot more now that I think about it. Um, but yeah. And then the last type of order you have is the stop limit order. And with this one, it combines obviously the stop and the limit order. So it lets you, it'll stop you out at a certain price, and then it'll buy back shares at whatever price you do. It's just a combination of a stop and a limit buy. There's nothing else really to it. I don't use this one that much. Honestly, the only orders I use are markets, limits, and trailing stops. Um, I think those are the best. Obviously, these two are very situational, and this is just crucial for any swing trading. I should have used it on route today. That would have netted me another $500-$600. But it's all good. It doesn't matter. That's for Robinhood. For Webull, it's a little bit different. You come over here, and let's say you wanted to buy something, you would come over here and you would change the order type. But it's just the same. Limit, stop order. You can change it from here. Put in the stop price, trailing stop. You can put in the trailing stop. It's just the same. And on mobile, obviously, it's a little different. But yeah, so once I find a better topic to talk about, I'll put up another video because this one was kind of low effort. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy.